Yo, power of your word.
Oh yeah, word strong. Tell people all the time. The Bible say the power of life and death lies in the tongue. So a lot of power in your words.
Yeah, but I don't think people realize, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
how powerful it is, how powerful your words is, you know. In the Bible, it also say, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So your words become flesh, really, like it become a part of something in this world. Every word you speak, even the words that you just playing, you utter, I mean, it's, it's creating something,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, everything you speak has something, cause and effect behind it. Whether you conscious of it or unconscious of it, you speaking stuff. And then also add in that I am.
Mm,
Anytime you want to change something with your life, put that I am and speak over your life.
right. I don't know what it was. It was a movie we were watching one time. I can't think of the name of the movie, but in that movie, the man, he was writing these stories. He was an author,
Mm-hmm.
and something happened in that time. Then they called him and told him to come so he could see what was going on, and he realized it was the story that he had been writing happening in that time.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
remember that
remember that
movie?
movie. I can't remember the
I,
name of
I
it though,
don't know what
but I remember everything that he was writing was happening in the time. Yeah,
yeah,
I
it
remember
was
that
it
one.
was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that he was writing,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And speaking of that, that brings up something to me right there with the, like you said, with the writing.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. You used to have to write out your words, write out this, like going through school and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to write things out. Now everything's just type, everything digital. No typing up stuff. It ain't no writing. They don't even teach cursing in school no more and stuff.
Right.
Like I wonder the meaning behind that.
Well, technology. Technology transform. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
transforming everything. So people ain't doing stuff the same way they've been doing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Over centuries. So I don't know if it worked the same. I believe it still worked the same.
Cause you still putting your mind into what you typing and stuff too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because these words is really like words like how we express ourselves, how we what we, you know, how we
Mm-hmm.
communicate with each other. So every time we use these words, we create some type of thought form, some kind of it's still some kind of spell. Everything you say,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like you spelling yourself every day. Every time you speak, you
Mm-hmm.
know. That's why when you speak, you gotta let your words be really mean something from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Your words gotta come from your heart. You gotta connect your thoughts and your words together because when you start speaking something, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Cause
Like
guess what? Scripture just came to my mind when you said that. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord. So that tell you right there, your words, the meditation of your heart. Like you just said, words, your heart, go together.
your words and your heart, they connected.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your words are your work. You know what I'm saying? That's your work. Your words are your work. That's the real work in this world.
Mm-hmm.
To speak life, not death, but life.
Mm-hmm.
So your words are your work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to just wake up in the morning and say, even when you're not feeling good, and you know you got an ache in your body, and say, I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling great. I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's harder. That's harder than just waking up and saying, man, they ain't no good. They I can't. Man,
Right,
this
like I
this.
feel this, or I'm hurting this here, and I'm this. when you wake up, instead of just saying, I am healed,
Right.
I am healthy,
Yeah.
I am wealthy,
That's hard to say.
I am going to have a great
Because
day.
you're going against the grain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you pushing against the grain. Your body saying one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your soul want you to say good things.
Mm-hmm.
But your body wants you to say what's really happening.
What's happening to
That's
us.
why the Bible says, speak those things
As if
they
they were.
were.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Even though you feeling this way,
speak yourself out of it.
Speak yourself out of
Speak it as if they were.
Right. That's a hard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a daily. That's
something you must practice daily.
Yeah. That's something daily you got to do daily and practice that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You right.
And everything, every word you said gonna come back to find you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was good, whether it was bad. You know what I'm saying? But I guess if you balance it out, like yin yang, I ain't trying to tell you to balance it out, but if you balance it out like yin yang, like some good, some bad, if you create a balance, then you might create a balanced
like
life because it's a power, you know.
And put it into this perspective, like you ain't saying do some bad and just do some good and make up for it. That ain't what you're trying to say. I don't believe that's what you're trying to say. But put it like this: whatever you feed the most is what's gonna grow. Because we all are still of the flesh, and the flesh make mistakes. So you gonna do some, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But whatever you feed the most.
But I get what you're saying. But what I'm looking at, I'm looking at it as it's all energy. I ain't gonna say nothing good and I ain't gonna say nothing bad. It's all energy. But it creates something. So if it create an effect that you're not happy with, then it could be just your mind saying, okay, I'm not happy with this situation. But sometimes something bad can happen and that situation really helps you later on in life. You don't see it. You thinking, you know what I'm saying? You thinking this man, I can't, this right here bad. But later on in life, you see, dang, that really helped me. That really was strengthening me right there.
Right. A perfect example to bring that into a visual reality is you may have a certain friend or somebody that you're real close with, and something happened and y'all just fall out and don't no talk no more and stuff. And then you come to realize the whole time that friend been going against you behind your back, trying to hold you down or do, you know what I'm saying? That's a perfect example of it. And then God got that person out of your life so he could elevate you.
Right.
But he couldn't elevate you as long as you was with that person. So that's a perfect example of something good out of something bad. Because to you, at that time when you lost that friend who you were so true to, that was bad to you. But the good come out of it is God pruned that person out of your life so that he can elevate you to where he wants you to be. So that's a good example of good out of bad.
Yeah. There's something good and bad in everything. It is, you gotta sit back and pay attention. And it's cause and effect. I go for a cause. Now what's the effect of it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You put something out in the world. Now what's the effect of what I just put out in the world? You know what I'm saying? Not even that. I'm talking about the conscious world. So let's say for instance, if you thinking something in your mind, but you might not act on that thought that you just had in your mind. You might not act on it. But you still put that thought into the Akashic records. And somebody else will pick up on that thought. So if you put a thought of suicide, you put a thought of murder or something into the Akashic record, you might not be the one to act on it. Somebody else might act on that thought because we all connected with one thought. With one thought. The world is one thought. That's it. That's how we all connected through one thought. It's kind of like when I seen this thing on I can't remember what I seen, but it was about Michael Jackson and Prince. It said Michael Jackson, if he woke up in the middle of the night, he had a song that came into his mind. he would say, I got to go ahead and record this right now. Because if I don't record this song, if I don't get it out right now, Prince gonna get it.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So he knew that it's a collective of thoughts. Like the universe is a collective of thoughts. And it's the thoughts that we pick up on. You see what I'm saying? But it's the thoughts, and then you got to be in tune with the frequency of that.
Right, because if you look at kind of like the music style, Michael Jackson and Prince kind of the same style of music. So
Yeah.
that might be why he said, if he don't pick it up, Prince will.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar, you know.
Similar, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's I think, the world is it's a unique place. And if you don't try to understand how and why certain things are, you would never,
You never understand.
yeah, you'll just focus on an objective world, which you would be trying to just get objects. The whole part of this world is to get objects. But it's a balance of the world that you got to have. You got to have a balance of the objective world and the subjective world, which is the material world and the spiritual world. Because see, when something happened in this universe right here that we can see, basically we can see when something happened here, something also happened in the spiritual world. You see what I'm saying? So nothing that happened here, when something happened in the spiritual world, something happened here. Either way, something happened on both ends. Spiritually, yeah. It's just like something going on with you in the inner, something going on with you in the outer. You know?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, up is down, down is up. As above, so below.
So below.
You know, it's the same thing. The world is just a reflection. It's a mirror. Each corner is a mirror. Each direction is a mirror.
Yeah.
So how
That's
can
why
you?
you can go different places in the world. You be like, I look like such. Like this look just like this another time.
Right.
Or same street names. Or you find somebody, like I say, everybody got a twin in the world. You find somebody look just like somebody else,
Right.
So all that too.
Yeah, it's like when you go certain places, right? You can just go to a different community or different places. The people in that community gonna be the same. They just reflections of that community. In order for you to change what you see, you gotta change community. You gotta change the community and go elsewhere because they all got this same frame of thought because that's how they end up in that community.
In order to change what you see, you gotta change your environment.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And see, and sometimes it's hard if you can't figure out how to change it, right? Like if you in a environment and you don't got the money to, it's a struggle, right? But you want to move to a different place, right? If you go and read, go get a book on
the place you want to go.
A place you want to go. Go there in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, by read about it in the book.
Yeah, read about it in the book. Understand it. Feel this place in your mind. Read this place in your mind. Get it so much in your mind. And when you look outside, you don't see the environment you in. You see the environment of where you're going. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's deep.
That's how you got to do your mind. You got to play mind games with your own mind. I know that sounds crazy, but you got to play them games with your mind. You got to tell your mind, see something. If it's just like somebody said, if you don't listen. If I told you the sky, or somebody said, if I told you the sky was pink, you would say, if the sky was really pink, you would say, no, it's another color, right? Same way. You say the sky blue, I said, no, you might see blue, but I see something else. I see another color. You got to change the way you view things, the way you observe. observe life. You see what I'm saying? Your observation, because that's all we really doing is observing everything. We be observing it, then we go into it. I read something that said if you go your experiences, right? Your experiences. Just say if I experienced something, but you never experienced it. So it's not a part of your world. Because you never experienced it. Only it's a part of my world because I experienced it. That's why it's important for you to experience the things that you want to experience.
Another way to experience it, though, going back to power of words, another way for you to experience it, like say for instance, how you done experienced it. You can come back and tell me about it. If you tell me about it detailed, like not just saying, oh, I went here, it was great, but tell me in more detail and describe it to me, like I went to this place and it was this. And in my mind, I'm sitting there imagining, trying to know visioning what you're talking about. That's
then
another way to experience it.
That's the way to experience it.
You spoken into existence, into my world,
right,
to allow me to experience it too.
Right. You got the feeling of it. You got the emotion.
If you describe
of
it in
how
details
that
of the colors and the feeling and the taste and
the smell, all the senses. If I heighten all your senses and told you exactly how it was,
then you sit and you imagine, as you saying it, you can imagine it, and that's an experience.
That's an experience. That's an experience, and that's an experience that's gonna happen for real because you experience it in the mind. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like when they say building the blueprint. First you build it in your mind, then you write it out, and then you build it.
Have a vision, write it down, make it plain.
Right. That's it. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a collective of everything, and that's why the word is important that you speaking because it's gonna shape everything in your life.
Yep. Whether you know it or not.
Whatever you say you was gonna do, that's probably what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this. If it was really